Welcome to qnawire.
Over here, we want to write down the half reactions and identify the oxidizing and reducing agents for the following redox reactions. So before we continue, remember that the oxidizing agent is going to be the one that gets reduced, and the reducing agent gets oxidized. So for the first reaction that we're going to have, the corresponding half reaction would be 4 of iron 0 would go into, in this case we're going to decompose the ions over here just to identify what is happening with the corresponding ions. In this case, the ion that we're going to be producing is going to be iron 3 plus, and we're going to be generating 4 of this guy. In this case, in order to balance this reaction, we need to add up a total amount of 12 electrons, 4 times 3, to balance all of the charges over here. And on the other half reaction, we're going to have oxygen, which is going to go as 0, that is going to generate 6 of oxygen 2 minus, which is going to require as well 12 electrons. So in this case, what is happening to iron is that iron is going to get oxidized, and to oxygen it is getting reduced. So that means that iron 0 is going to be the reducing agent, and that oxygen is going to be the oxidizing agent. For the next reaction, we're going to have Cl2 plus 2 of sodium bromide that is going to produce 2 of sodium chloride plus Br2. In this case, the sodium is going to be an spectating ion, and the actual half reactions are going to only involve the chlorine and the bromine ions. So on one hand, we're going to have Cl2 that is going to go into 2Cl minus, which is going to require 2 electrons, and bromine minus, 2 of bromine minus is going to go into Br2 plus 2 electrons to get everything balanced out. So again, Cl2, what is going to happen is that it's going to gets reduced, and Br minus is going to gets oxidized. So that means that Cl2 is going to be our oxidizing agent, and Br minus will be our reducing agent. Now let's continue with reaction C. We're going to have silicon plus 2 of F2 that is going to produce SiF4. So essentially what is going on is that silicon is going from 0 all the way to silicium 4 plus 4 electrons, and fluorine is going to go into fluorine minus, and for this process we're going to require 4 electrons as well. So we can say that silicon is going to get oxidized, fluor is going to get reduced, so silicon would be our reducing agent, since it is going to reduce the fluorine, and the fluor is going to be our oxidizing agent. And finally, for reaction D, we're going to have H2 plus Cl2. That is going to produce 2 of HCl. In this case, the half reactions are going to be H2 going into 2H plus and Cl2 going into 2Cl minus. In this case, we're going to require 2 electrons over here and 2 electrons over here. So what is happening is that H2 is going to get oxidized, Cl2 is going to get reduced. So H2 would be our reducing agent, and Cl2 would be our oxidizing agent. And with that, it would be all. Thank you very much and have a good one.